Bonjour, Natalie here. Welcome to FrancoFoods. Today, I'm in the mood for something chocolatey, but light. So, I'm making classic chocolate mousse. To start, I'm melting the chocolate and butter together over simmering water. So the butter I'm using is salted butter, so I'm not adding any extra salt. If you make this and you use unsalted butter, just add a pinch of salt to the chocolate. While that's slowly heating up, I'm going to whip up the egg whites with a bit of sugar until they reach a firm peak consistency. So of course, I wondered about the history of chocolate mousse. Somehow, I wasn't surprised that there are many theories about it, but no definitive, this is it, this is the history of chocolate mousse. For example, one source claims that chocolate mousse was invented at the royal court of King Louis XVI in the 18th century. Another theory is that it was created by none other than French post-impressionist painter Henri Toulouse-Lautrec. That was in the late 19th century, and he called it mayonnaise au chocolat, or chocolate mayonnaise. Personally, if that's the case, I'm glad they changed the name. Okay, the egg whites look good. Let's see where the chocolate's at. The water is pretty hot and I don't want to overheat and scorch the chocolate, so I'm just going to turn that off. While the chocolate is cooling, I'm going to prepare the egg yolks. I want to make sure the sugar is fully dissolved, so I'm really giving it a good mix-up. Now, you might be wondering where the cream is in this recipe. Well, traditional mousse is actually made only with eggs, no cream. It's the whipped egg whites that give the mousse its light and airy consistency. Gives it all these nice little bubbles in the texture. Chocolate is cold, it's time to incorporate the egg yolk mix. Anytime you're baking or cooking and your recipe calls to incorporate eggs in a heated mixture, make sure the temperature of the mixture is cool enough so that you don't wind up cooking the eggs and having scrambled eggs. So the chocolate mixture is nice and smooth. Time to add the egg whites. So folding is still challenging for me. I always wonder if I'm being too vigorous and deflating the mixture, but I also don't want to have egg clumps in my mixture. It's one of those I gotta keep practicing situations. Chocolate mousse is one of the first desserts I ever made when I started living on my own. I was actually living in residence while I was in university, and I wanted to make something nice for a dessert, and I found that making mousse was pretty easy, and bonus, it didn't require an oven, which we didn't have in residence. However, the mousse I made in the past did use cream, so I guess it was kind of a ganache pudding more than a mousse. Hey, really, does it matter? It was chocolatey and no one complained. Okay, the egg whites are folded in. The mousse is looking nice and fluffy. It's time to refrigerate it. Now I could leave it in the bowl, but I like to serve individual portions, so I'm just going to put it into glasses and try not to make a mess. As tempting as it is to eat it right now, the mousse does need to rest in the fridge for 4 hours. It'll be worth it. Today's vocab is le chocolat, laisser refroidir, le temps de repos, le blanc d'œuf, voulez-vous un dessert? Okay, wait is over. Here goes. It is smooth and delicious, rich chocolate flavor. Definitely worth the wait. Now you can see the air bubble in the texture of the mousse, so that's what gives it the lift, right? I'm going to add some fresh mint to make it look nice. Now, you could add raspberries or another berry if you wanted, maybe some grated chocolate on top of the mousse, or even some type of cookie on the side or on top. I'm keeping it simple today, so just doing the mint. There you have it, traditional chocolate mousse, a true French classic dessert. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Now it's time for me to have dessert with my family. Until next time, merci et à la prochaine!